In today's show, never giving up on a football career and my best showdown memory. Hi, I'm Mark Bickley and welcome to The Crows Show, brought to you by Hungry Jack's. The burgers are better. But first, Luke Pedlar appears to have overcome a string of injuries that plagued his early career. A high-end pick in the 2020 draft, Luke is primed to finally fulfil the club's expectations and is now considered a first-team player. But getting there has been slow and painful.
One hand, he almost reeled it in. Pedlar played on instantly.
Growing up, playing footy and cricket, I never even did a footy pre-season, and then coming into the club in 2020, I was sort of injured, so I completed not even 50% of pre-season previously, so it's been massive for me this year. Virgo likes to say if you complete more than 80% of pre-season, it holds you in great stead for the season, so yeah, being able to do that hopefully helps me out this year and I can play some consistent footy. Obviously when you get to a club you want to come in and sort of prove yourself straight away and show people what you can do, but having that taken away from you at the start, sort of had to build a fair bit of character and just get the things right, like off field. It probably took me a while to sort of find what sort of works for me during the week. Like I've tried a bit of Pilates, yoga and that sort of thing, but at the end of the day it didn't really work for me when I had it with groin, so I sort of stayed clear of yoga and Pilates and things like that. But yeah, just physio I weekly do, always get massages, stretch as much as I can in gym, and attack gym. It sort of helps me recover each week. A little bit of going down to the beach after the game, but I'm not massive on ice bars.
And Adelaide all of a sudden on the rebound, on the attack. McKenzie got it up to Pedlar. Long kick from half forward, no. Long, straight, goal, Pedlar.
Making a preliminary final in the SANFL sort of gave me a lot of confidence coming into this year and playing in front of crowds there, and yeah, it was a great atmosphere, and to perform in front of some of our supporters, even though we didn't get it done in the AFL, it was great.
Sloan, clean hands. Pedlar, an opportunity to turn onto the left.
So I'm just playing pretty much as a sole forward, half forward. We've sort of got roles within our forward line that we sort of chop and change. So you've got like your strong power runners, high half forward, and just playing your role has been massive for sort of me and learning the game, and hopefully I can integrate into the mid later on.
Welcome back. One of the newest Crows gave up a promising football career to pursue a childhood dream of playing college basketball in the United States. Jack Madgen has joined the club this year as a SANFL marquee player. Thanks to Bendigo Bank, we know the 29-year-old chalked up 49 games with Collingwood before being delisted at the end of last season. And that was after several years of basketball in the US and Australia.
It's been great, a lot of buy-in from the new guys. Everyone's made me feel really welcome. I probably did have a little bit of apprehension, anxiety, sort of being an older an SANFL listed guy, but training with the AFL a little bit, they've made me feel really welcome. The SANFL listed guys have really lent on me for some guidance and asked me or get me to come into the shed floor and do some touch. So I've really felt the love, and the coaching staff, Godsey and Righty and Homshy and Marco have been really accommodating as well. Probably one of my earliest football memories is the Crows beating North Melbourne in the granny back in '98. So yeah, I definitely grew up going for the Crows. My whole family did, and then obviously turned to the dark side for five years there and was at the Pies. But yeah, it's good to be back home with family and friends.
It's an audacious kick. Lipinski set up Jack Madgen. Oh!
competitive sort of drive's still there and still want to get the best out of myself football-wise. I always said I would play till sort of the wheels fell off, so hopefully I got a couple more years before that, but yeah, still highly motivated. Obviously we're 2 goals away from a granny last year in the Sandful, so definitely the goals is to get to that grand final stage and hopefully win one. So obviously being the marquee or leadership player, there's a bit of mentoring and leadership involved, helping out wherever I can in that AFL, talking to those younger guys that I might be playing with a bit more regularly and trying to be a bit of a sounding board for them. I know the pressures of AFL football, the highs and lows and the anxiety that match selection and games can cause, so just trying to help them, teach them through my experience and also some of my teammates' experiences in the past. So I went to Mississippi, played college basketball for 4 years from 2012 to 2016. And my brother did that, my sister's a professional basketballer, so I always wanted to sort of follow in their footsteps. And then I came back and tried to play NBL. I spent a year at the Cairns Taipans as a development player, and then 2 seasons at Mount Gambier playing for the Pioneers in the NBL 1. I always said when I finished playing AFL I'd definitely play some social hoops, but I haven't yet. I've been talking to a few of my mates, seeing are you playing any pick-up ball anywhere, but it's definitely something I'm looking forward to.
It's worth noting that one of Jack's uncles is former Crows recruiting boss Matt Rendell. Now let's turn to a favourite Crows memory. Each week a player will recall their special moment in a coffee catch-up with Ben Keys, thanks to Jack's Cafe at Hungry Jack's.
Massive thanks to Hungry Jack's. We love what you do for the club, all the support you give us. We really appreciate it. I'm excited about this one today. I've got one of my teammates on the show, Nick Murray. Nick, how are you, mate?
Keezer, thanks for having me.
Mars, tell us a bit about yourself. Where'd you come from? How'd you get to the club?
Yeah, so I hailed from a little town called Henty, country New South Wales. Sort of played all my junior footy there and then some Murray Bush Rangers, so that's sort of country Victoria. Didn't get drafted in my 18s year, played overage for Giants Academy, played some NEFL footy, and then COVID hit. I went back home, was just sort of training, playing local footy there, and then Haggers called me and said, would you like to come over and train for 3 months? And been here ever since, so it's been a good journey. You've
had a fantastic start to your career, especially with the journey you've had coming on as a pre-season supplementary pick, so that's a credit to you. You've had a few big moments already in your young career. Can you tell us a bit about your favourite Crows moment? Yeah, favourite Crows moment would have to be my first win against Melbourne.
All or nothing! Ring the bell! Ring the bell! The bell in the city of churches!
They were 10-0 coming in, and yeah, I don't think we'd won many that year, so to play that and beat them and then also have that sort of chase down tackle on Gawn.
Instead, it's Hunt back to the wing. O'Brien, has he got anything left? Taken down, it's young Murray.
And then just that last few minutes, but I think that'd be my favourite.
Yeah, you're doing a bit of everything that game. You're forward, back, in the ruck, you're all over the pitch.
Yeah, no, it was good to sort of get that first win out of the way.
Mars, thanks so much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. Love chatting to you, and yeah, let's hope for a big 2023.
No worries, thanks, Flappers.
Enjoying some time out away from football is important to everyone at the club. Shortly, we'll find out what one player gets up to. Each week on The Crows Show, we fly around the country with Flight Centre to learn a little about our next opponent. This time we head west to Dockers Land, a team we haven't played since round 1 last year.
Adelaide Oval is one of the best ovals, and it's got a beautiful deck, and yeah, playing in front of my friends and family, it'll be good. Undefeated Adelaide Oval, so hopefully we keep it that way.
We are underway. It is Freo and Adelaide.
We versed them in the pre-season. Very electric group. Added Isaac Rankin into that as well, and Fogarty, he's a bit of a ball. So they got a lot of talent down there, and hopefully we can negate that and go back the other way. I haven't played too many times in Adelaide since being drafted. I think I've played only twice, I reckon. So yeah, it's always exciting to get back there and play in front of friends and family. SANFL's a really strong league. I was able to learn from players who had played in the AFL and then come back and played in the SANFL, and yeah, taught me a lot about what I know. Back then I was a forward, so I was learning more of the forward craft. But yeah, I was able to pick the brains of the defenders as well.
And well read by Cox.
Now, the best way to ever watch footy is, of course, at the ground. So make sure you've got your seats for all the action this year with an Adelaide Crows membership. Join the Crows family today at crowsmembership.com.au. Elite football demands total commitment from the players with little time for recreation, but they must turn off. So with the help of Jones Radiology, this season we're getting a clearer picture of how some of them relax and fill in what spare time they have.
G'day guys, it's Lockie Scholl here. This is what I like to get up to in my spare time. This is a photo that means a lot to me. This is my Lawn Bowls team, -1, so obviously another valued team member who's not in the photo, Kieran Strawn. Yeah, we competed in a couple of seasons down at West Lakes in the Lawn Bowls competition there. Nothing too serious, but I think we might have taken it a bit too serious. I have a bit of a confession to make. We actually lied about making the grand final in one year. Yeah, I hate to disappoint you, but yeah, we actually finished second last that year, so sorry about that. This is also a photo that means a lot to me. This is well, a fair bit of my family back home. Yeah, so obviously whenever I get the chance, I love to get back to Melbourne and catch up with them. And yeah, it's always great seeing family and friends, and that's just I suppose those people there are just a small part of my circle and always be a big part of my life. So yeah, I love getting back and catching up with them. So this photo, this is of myself and my good friend Paddy. I think you guys will know who he is, Paddy Parnell, number 37. So we're actually locker buddies, and yeah, that's a photo of us in Bali. So yeah, whenever we get the chance, you know, not just myself and Paddy, but there's obviously a few other boys who tag along. But yeah, we like to get away and travel, you know, whenever we get the chance, whether it be in the off season or whenever it is. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, obviously had a villa there, and a part of that trip that wasn't so fun was, I suppose, the Bali belly that went around. Yeah, it's I think it got a hold of all of us in the end. So yeah, we were all out of action for a couple of days after the trip, but yeah, it was well worth it.
There's one coach at the Crows who may not always get the recognition he deserves. We'll meet him shortly. When it comes to age and experience, Adelaide is the second youngest team in the AFL. So the role of development coach takes on even greater importance. Jack Homps joined the men's program this year after a season with the Crows AFLW squad. His playing career spanned 116 games with GWS, Port Adelaide and the Gold Coast.
Walker, a long way from home, right there within Homps.
I don't miss playing the game too much at all, to be honest. But the thing I miss the most is that being a part of that team, like the change room banter, and I miss the training, to be honest with you. The fact that, you know, you go and you work hard together, and it's only you guys that have gone through that. So I'm still trying to find that off field. I've got my social basketball Tuesday nights, which is sort of hitting that on the head at the moment.
Betts on the up. Dangerfield's had a quiet term after a great first quarter. Hodge wraps him up. Good tackle.
Finished playing in 2021 up at the Suns. Sort of that last year, I was injured quite a bit and pretty clear that I was going to finish up. So I tried to get my hand a little bit and do a bit of development stuff with some of the younger boys, the younger defenders we had up there. And when the time came to move back to Adelaide, opportunity arose to join the women's program, which was fantastic. I was lucky to step into a great program. Transferred over into the men's now, so Back's development coach, sort of a part of the development crew we got here, so working closely with Scotty Burns, and then in with Dan Jackson, who's our head of leadership, and Marco Bello, head of development as well. My main role really is how can I best develop our young defenders and any other players in the team, sort of key position players as well. They're young and they're hungry to learn. It's been fantastic working with them. They're really good, like athletic profiles as well, so they've got a lot of upside.
Open the door, look around, and he comes charging through.
Guys like James Borlase, who's been here for a couple of years now, and just seeing his progressions in his game at SANFL level. And we've got Mark Keane as well, another key defender who's come over from Ireland, who's just making great leaps and strides as well. And Luke Nankervis has come down back too recently, so it's been really good to develop those guys as well.
Now it's time to find our crow in the crowd. We're after fans who have gone to a game and posted a photo on social media using the hashtag WeFlyAsOne. We finally settled on you. Please email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize of 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill at Adelaide Oval. And a reminder that whenever you take a photo of yourself or a friend at one of our games, please post it to social media and use the hashtag WeFlyAsOne. Toyota is such a valued supporter of the club, and each week on The Crow Show, they're asking you to supply a Toyota memorable moment from your local match or league. Let's take a look at this week's winner. Remember, if you record a highlight or special moment from your local competition, simply email your entry to crowshow@afc.com.au to be in the running to win a fantastic Crows merchandise pack. That just about wraps up the Crow Show for today. Make sure you keep an eye on the club's website for all the latest news and check out our social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for your company, and I look forward to joining you again next Sunday at 4:30 on 7. Bye for now. This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks. The burgers are better.